I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, 'cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
This is an incredible adventure. While you're watching it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the whale sharks that you may not know, or you may. But either way, I'm going to tell you anyways. The whale sharks are the largest fish in the ocean. They're not sharks. They're not mammals like most whales. They're actually fish. We had an incredible crew helping us during the whale shark adventure. Now, this was done in Leela, which is about a 40-minute drive from Panglao, specifically from the Henan Resort where we stayed. There was one baby, and the rest were adults, pretty much. They consider an adult at about 20 feet or so, 10 years plus of age. Extremely magnificent. I don't know how else to describe it. These are God's creatures that we can't even compare to. That right there is about a 20-footer. And they're estimated to have been around for about 60 million years, although there are estimates based on even more. We were probably about 150 yards offshore in, I don't know, maybe 30 feet of water, 50 feet tops. Now, before everybody and the conservationists get all over us, let me tell you, they're very strict with this situation. And they tell you right up front that it's not uncommon for the whale sharks to rub up against you or to bump you, and that's okay, that they're harmless. However, it's a 5,000 peso fine to touch them, and if it's considered harassment, you can actually be imprisoned in the Philippines. This one is a big one right here. I put her, or him, somewhere around 25 feet. Just incredible. The magnificent, and not just that, but how gentle they are. They're just incredibly gentle. Now, if you've been watching our Bohol series, we made mention that one of Arlene's best friends, if not her best friend, and her ex-roommate from Manila, back in her younger days, her parents are deeply involved in the government side and on the actual tourism side of the whale watching site and the people that do it here in Leela. And so we sort of got a VIP treatment. Our crew just kept feeding them, and that's what they do everywhere that you go. They feed them. You'll notice there are ropes, and those ropes are for the boats to tie to. You can't have, they don't let boats with engines out there. You get on a small panga, what we would call a panga in Mexico, and they paddle you out, and over the side you go. And you can hang on to the ropes. And these whale sharks can come and go as they please. They've had as many as 21 of them there. I think today there were somewhere between 5 and 7, probably 7. One juvenile, about 10 feet. Oops, there's Taylor. She just got bumped in the ass by one. Kind of shocked her, snuck up on her. She was watching another one. But these things are so gentle. And it really, I'm surprised. And for my daughter and for Arlen, this was just an incredible experience. The way they feed is in a semi-vertical position. Now, you'll find whale sharks all across the world in tropical waters. The longest or biggest one that they've ever recorded was close to 75 feet long. But they're averaging, between 25 and 35, 40 feet in length, according to the research that I did. Now, I will say something that did irritate me to a little bit, to be honest with you. It seems that Koreans cannot follow directions. Now, perhaps it's their lack of understanding of English and everything that goes along with it. This crew and the crew of people that stay out there were constantly pulling the Korean tourists off and away from them. You're supposed to maintain a 3 to 5 foot distance. Now, you can't help how close you get sometimes with respect to them being free movement, but they were constantly pulling these people away. And this is a bit of an issue because, Koreans have a direct flight there are direct flights from South Korea to Panglao. And that means there are a lot of Korean tourists, quite a bit. Depth perception in the water is very misleading. While it'll look like Taylor and Arlen are right on top of them, they're staying their distance. They keep their distance, or they hang on the rope, and the whale sharks come as close as they want. Hey, look, we put a lot of effort into this. Please, if you find this interesting, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. It helps us a lot. We'd like to continue to make these, and we'd like to continue to show you the beauty of the Philippines. This is just one of the many beautiful activities that we did while in Bohol. There'll be videos coming up where we go to visit the tazer in their natural habitat, where they're not in cages, and another one where we visit wild monkeys. And then there's, of course, the ATV ride out at Chocolate Hills. We stayed very busy the entire time we were there. We had a great driver, a tourist guide, and if you're interested in contacting anybody at any of these sites that we utilized, we're more than happy to relay that information. Generally, they'll all answer by WhatsApp, and we're happy to give that to you. This was just an outstanding experience. You get about an hour out there. The cost was 300 and some odd pesos. It was 3,700 pesos for Taylor, Arlen, and myself. And then that included everything but the snorkel gear. You can rent the snorkel gear. We had our own. And then in turn, you tip out. Now, we tipped out rather large, and so that's what it is. A couple hundred pesos tip out's probably reasonable. We tipped out several thousand because of the outstanding lifetime experience. We hope you enjoyed this, and we've got more to come.